Hi, I have been asked a set of questions about the camera setup in Iggy, my Cirrus SR22. Let's talk about it. Please ask anything you want to know about the cameras using the comment section, and even better, suggest how I can improve this camera rig. And what amazing time to be alive, because GoPro just released some minutes ago the new Hero 11, and most important, the Hero 11 Mini, which at the end of the video I'll explain when we go through the specs of these two new cameras, why they're perfect to fit and to be installed in a plane. The first of the cameras, the one installed in the dash. Just see how well it captures my stylish cool Zara black and orange fantasy jumper. I then have the camera that shots from the top rear part of the cabin, a classical view of the cockpit from the front exterior of the plane. The cool left wing camera angled with lots of kibitz, more about that later, and the left step angle, which ended up not being so good idea. There is also an interesting place in the plane in the tail where I want to install a camera, but I'm not sure if I want to do that. Maybe you can give me your opinion about it. Okay, first, and the one I most use, the dash one. It allows making the well-known takes of me, my partner on board, and maybe whoever sits in the back left seat. I made an important mistake here, and that is I installed the GoPro adhesive mount in the dash. Using a suction cup mount works much better, allows more flexibility and is very convenient. By the way, for this camera I used an interesting mod from GoPro, the media mod. It allows the connection of an external audio input while also having an extra USB-C port that allows charging the camera while using the mod. That's important as the GoPro will drain the battery in most of the long flights. Of course, I use the external audio input to record the cockpit audio, radio included. For that I use a basic cable splitter and an earphones connector.
No rocket science there.
70, nos vamos. En el aire. De puta madre.
The other GoPro mount installed is the one in the back. I still have a temporary setup that will probably sit there for years. More modern SR22 users have the oxygen connector there and use it to firmly hook the GoPro. I don't have it, so I just glued a GoPro mount into the speaker grid. I had to put some tape to prevent the grid from falling when there's some turbulence. And I also have installed some Velcro tape for a battery pack, but I never use it. For this camera I also have a mod, the Max mod. It offers a wider field of view, better stabilization, and the most important feature, a full 360 rotation option that is non-standard in the GoPro. I don't know why, but now I have this amazing effect when doing steep turns. It's cool, huh? And now probably the most eye-catching camera, the one in the left wing. I use a GoPro Max here. This is a 360 camera. I won't tell much about it, as you can check the specs in the GoPro website. Just my 2 cents about this camera. The camera is amazing and the results are awesome. You can check that in the videos, but it has 2 problems. Problem 1, it really sucks in dark light. When there's not much light, I don't like the results. Now the second problem, when you need to project the 360 recording into a flat surface to have a normal video, if you do a small zoom, it will very quickly lose quality. I think GoPro really needs to update the sensor in this camera, the Max, to have like twice or 5 times the resolution. And another comment, I'd see famous YouTubers like Stefan Drury or Nikos Wings to install this mount that goes in those screws that you see there in the wing. I'm not too happy about that, and I don't know if EASA in Europe has certified such modification of the wing, so I'll probably be there just using the adhesive mount and take the risk of my GoPro Max fly away. Okay, let's talk now. Okay, let's talk now about the new GoPro, the 11 and the 11 Mini. I'm not going to talk about the 11, but the 11, the black 11, black 11, the GoPro Max Black, the new Max, the new GoPro Hero 11. The Hero 11 Mini is my camera. I definitely have one order one. I've filled the form to register because it won't be available until October this year, but it's much smaller. It doesn't have a screen. It's something you don't need when you're in the plane. You just put the camera. It has a much smaller factor. and it's probably a smaller battery, which is not good because I have a lot of batteries for the GoPro 9 and 10, also compatible with the standard GoPro 11. But I'm gonna get it for the rear camera. Why? Because it's compatible with the Max mod, so I can just put that lens in the small one. I don't need the two screens in the camera, so it will be the perfect fit for that mount. Hey, I almost forgot to tell you about the step mount. I also use it to mount the 360, but in the end I only think it makes sense for takeoffs and landings. For cruise flight, I really prefer the wing mount. By the way, I really advise you to have the belly of your plane really clean if you mount a camera there. It's so peaceful without music, right? Okay, the remote. That's how GoPro calls it, the remote. I bought it because it has a cool feature. With the touch of a button, you make all your cameras start recording. Sounds good, okay? It doesn't work. It doesn't work. When I turn it on, sometimes it connects two of the cameras, sometimes only one. So in the end, I end up using my iPad with a quick app, the official app from GoPro, just to start the cameras. And that works. It works always. You're flying a plane, you cannot start diagnosing or troubleshooting a problem with the remote. So it's an expensive piece of hardware. And I don't know, maybe it works for you. I really hope GoPro fixes the problem, updating the firmware. But for now, not using it anymore. Hey, wanna see the cameras in action? Just click in any of these videos. Cheers!